Hello there my fellow Call of Duty players and welcome to another Conquest video guide. So after doing a live stream for 5 days straight, Monday to Friday for my main account, we came across some potential cheese teams for some of the feats. Obviously there in my main account, I have everything kind of relicked up, more or less. But most importantly, I was really able to pick up a complete set for permablock, so it was a bit easier there. Now footage I'll show you today is similar teams that we tried out there, but obviously I don't have those good data discs here. So what I did for this one, I'll just start off like with the minimum what I needed to get this to work. So instead of putting a full list of discs that I could use here, just kind of the bare minimum. So hopefully you've got something in there similar, because if I put like a full set, then it doesn't quite work with your set. So at least you can see which discs are actually the key to make this work. Now we don't have 45 data disc, at least I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if anybody did. So in terms of survivability, the best one I found was protection shield. So anytime you're hit, all allies recover protection. And then critical debuffs is nice as well, because the enemy at the start of their turn will gain critical chance down, critical damage down, and offense down, just like nerfing their damage a bit. So any sort of survivability these that you have to help you here, obviously to survive as long as you can, so you can cheese this out, especially because we'll be looking sector 3, 4, 5. Those are all prepared squads, so most likely you won't be going first unless you're obviously utilizing some sort of galactic legend. Speaking of galactic legend, obviously if you would have volunteer vanguard, it would make things easier as well, because you would then get like permanent mark on whoever is the healthiest, and you could put there one of the galactic legend tanks like Leia, Luke, Ahsoka, so they can be very durable, or even the tanks here that I use, or any other durable tanks that you have. You don't need to use then what with tank tech to actually force taunt on them, so then you can actually throw in another unit to either help with the damage or help with survivability, or maybe doing some other feat at the same time. So for all 3 battles I'll show you here, I will be utilizing just these 2 discs, and that's it. Okay, let's now start off with sector 3 and we'll work our way up to sector 4 and 5. So in terms of sector 3, the feat that I will try to cheese here, this one, will be gaining 400 stacks of target practice in a single battle. Again, I've done this on a live stream. However, there my Omega Fugitive was gear 12, 5 stars or something. So here will be level 1, gear 1. So you will want to find some sort of enemy, I guess, that doesn't do like big damage, so you can kind of keep up with them. So I was able to find Geos in this one. So it worked well versus these guys. So you can see here in this account, Omega level 1, gear 1, no mods, no abilities, leveled up, nothing. Everything at the base level as unlocked from the marquee event. And good thing about her abilities, you don't need it to be leveled up. Essentially what will happen is that everybody, all Bad Batch allies gain a stack of practice whenever you kind of keep hitting the same enemy over and over again. So as long as you got some, even the OG Bad Batch at a decent level that you can keep up, you can survive, it'll help you out here. Alright, so here we go. And also with the Omega's lead, whoever's the healthiest will be out, the other guys will be stealthed. As you can see here, Wrecker, quite durable. I just hit full auto straight away. And as you can see now, we started gaining target practice just by targeting the same enemy over and over again. And because of protection shield, anytime Wrecker is exposed, is hit, he and other guys, they're recovering protection. So for the most part, he'll just be there standing, taking hits, and obviously, as mentioned before, critical debuffs there helping us as well. And that's it, just full auto little battle rundown, and you should be good to go to get kind of 400 target practice a battle. But again, it'll depend how durable the enemy is. That's why Geos or maybe Mon Mothma are good, right? Because they have so much healing and resummoning and things like that. So in the end, I still pulled through here, did a win, did not time out. Now the reason why I went with the OG Omega, because there with Tech, he was just doing too much damage at some point and he started, I don't know, one-shotting enemies for some reason. Also worth mentioning, like if you don't have going back to data disc, I forgot to mention, like vitality could be good as well to boost your survivability. Okay, so that's target practice done. Gear 1, level 1 Omega, so you know, this was even easier than I thought initially to do. Now we're heading over to Sector 4 for another cheesy team. Well, Deathmark. Now, while I wasn't able to get everything done in this account in a single battle, I think on my live stream we would have been able to, just because there will be one difference in terms of the team when I bring it up. Now, in terms of the enemies, you will want to find again, like if you can find Hux node, it's gonna be great because obviously Color and Mask takes no damage from Deathmark, so it's a good target there. Otherwise, you just want to find again somebody with durability that you know you can line up. But obviously, if you want more than 5 Deathmarks, because Deathmarks will prevent revives, is find these guys, maybe Geos, maybe Mothma, you know, when they are resummoning and things like that. But definitely I think Hux here is the primary target to get more out. Otherwise, at least you can get 4 or 5 per battle. Now, there is one difference between this and the team I ran on my live stream, aside obviously from arming perma block discs say there just to permanently ability block the enemies, is I am here running Moff Gideon. I think there I was running, who was it? First Order Officer. Because First Order Officer could as well keep passing turns over to Death Trooper, so Death Trooper gets more turn, and I was able to actually get more death marks than I will be able to do in this video. Just something I want to highlight. By here, First Order Officer is like Gear 1, you know, I don't really have him leveled up, so he would just probably die anyway. So bringing in Gideon in here. So in terms of why going with Throne Lead, his leadership will give to Empire allies the, maneuver ability, and this ability, you know, we're not really caring about these spells, but whenever you use this ability, you gain 50% turn meter, which means you can quickly cycle through your turns, reapplying that Deathmark. And of course, Throne here, he's got turn meter swap ability, so he can keep passing turns over to Death Trooper whenever this ability is available. Now, and then we have Gideon here. Now, Gideon kind of is, I guess, is optional here. I just highlighted in here, putting there like if you do have critical debuff discs, same as I have, then the Moralize, as you can see, will not stack, so it won't do anything. But if you don't have those debuff discs, you can try and utilize Gideon in here for extra durability. So just wanted to highlight an option here. If you don't have the critical debuff discs, he can help you with surviving. Now, the downside obviously of Death Trooper is that you first have to defeat somebody in order to apply a death mark. Which obviously, if you go in with a disc that boosts your damage, you won't be able to stall and cheese. Without those damage discs, it takes a while to get somebody down, basically. So, you know, it depends really. And then we need Watt there. Again, I don't have Voluntary Vanguard, so bringing in Watt there for his tech and things like that. And then Malak for the taunt. Okay, let's hop in the battle. Let's go ahead and what I'll do first is put Med Pack over Malak so he can keep recovering health, making sure he stays alive. Again, Voluntary Vanguard would make this a lot easier because I would have a mark there on Malak. So if you do have Voluntary Vanguard, do equip it. I'm just doing it with bare minimum, you know, for those that did not get Voluntary Vanguard. Gonna drop a fraction on Kylo, so I don't have to worry for him for the time being. Put weapon tech on Death Trooper. But while Hux is alive, we can't get bonus turn meter yet. But after we take Hux down, we will. So I'm gonna start off first working on Sith Trooper, because he's actually doing some nice damage as well. I don't want him doing too much. Let's just see if we can get a daze on him. Good. We get some assist there. We control the situation. You can then use maneuver ability, so you can cycle through specials faster. I'm gonna speed up the footage a bit here because it did take a couple of minutes to finally take somebody down. It was a bit annoying because obviously Hux got a cleanse, then Sith Troopers got a cleanse, so it was a bit, I almost got him down, and they cleansed and they recovered some health and protection. I was like, oh gosh. He's got decent amount of health still, but anyway, Malak drained him, finally got him down, and now as soon as Death Trooper takes a turn, we can actually go ahead and land Deathmark. We'll take Hux out first because he's a troublemaker. and then we'll take care of the rest. Let's drop a daze here so they don't counterattack. Hugs cleansing, man, he's annoying here. Counterattacking, there we go, finally got a Deathmark on him. Let's go ahead, take him down. So that was the first Deathmark in this battle. So now again, just using maneuver, turn meter swap, right? Just keep giving Death Trooper as many turns as you can. That's why first officer, if you do have him, same as I shown in my live stream, it's going to be very helpful here. All right, let's land our second Deathmark and as well get Phasma down. And then we'll go after a first order executioner. We'll get Deathmark on him applied as well. There we go, just keep cycling for abilities, keep maneuver, thermometer swaps. There we go, got first order executioner down, and now we can just keep, I'm just using basics here, obviously, except maneuver with Death Trooper and thermometer swap with Throne over Death Trooper. Now, as you can see, Kylo here was getting low, so I guess armor shredding wasn't the best idea. But there is a trick that you can heal up Hilo with what special ability, like just showing you there. It will trigger damage over time, which will then trigger Kylo's unique and he'll recover some health. So if Kylo's getting low, obviously you can utilize that. And there you go, I just wanted to show you. So I did get 6 in a battle, so it wasn't all in one battle, but again, it depends. I think, you know, with the team and that I showed in my live stream, you can get more than that. But you know, 2 battles for 10 Deathmarks. Not too bad. Like this is he's probably Jar Jar for Deathmark, but obviously most people won't have him unlocked, and unfortunately, as we found out, Darth Revan's lead does not count. So for the most part, it's gonna be Death Trooper or Jar Jar or nothing. And for the final battle in this video, we'll be heading over to Sector 5, where we'll be cheesing Mark Feet, all of them in a single battle. Again, similar team I showed in my live stream, but this obviously with a bit more basic data set as I've shown you at the start of the video. So you really want to find a team again that doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Something like Mon Mothma was worked well in this account. So the way interaction works between Emperor Palpatine and General Grievous is Palpatine's ability Let the Hate Flow. So what it will do when you use it, that all other units, obviously outside of Palpatine, lose 5% health. So this is enemies as well as allies, and this is losing health, ignoring protection, which will happen then that General Grievous will drop below 100% health. And what happens when General Grievous drops below 100% health? From his ability here, at the start of every character's turn, if Grievous is below 100% health, he dispels all debuffs on himself and inflicts marked on the other healthiest droid. Now, this we didn't realize on live stream while we were playing it, but once the battle was over and I was granted the completion of the feat, just kind of reread this and we figured out what's actually happening is that at the start of every character's turn, ally or enemy marked is getting reapplied. So even though, you know, your droid already has a mark on them, still it keeps getting reapplied, but this obviously is not immediately clear. But that's why you can easily get them all in one battle, just because constantly reapplying. So this is a really good interaction between Palpatine and Grievous that you can right away get that mark online, and that's it. Obviously need What for Tech. And now the reason bringing Zam in here because yeah, still need evasion up in this sector. So she's got an evasion down ability right there. But you know, you don't need that last unit. It's just like, you know, if you still need some feet, you can as well chuck Zam in there or somebody else. Now we need, I was using here Magna Guard, obviously, because this account probably is the tankiest droid I have. But you know, if you got somebody like Sortie, L3, they're very tanky droids as well. So whoever your tankiest tank droid is, has to be a tank. Actually, Sortie one. Well, Sortie would work if you have a voluntary Vanguard discs, but without it you need a tank, a droid tank that is. B2 might not be good because he'll be gaining bonus turn meter, I don't know. Anyway, Magna Ward kind of okay, but again L3, she's tanky also. And again, we'll be utilizing same disc as we did in the first battle. So let's start by playing Tank Tech over a Magna Guard. Again, I did not have voluntary Vanguard, that's why. And I'll keep hitting him, it'll take a minute. Because of their modifier here to finally get a turn. Pubs gets his turn, Let the Hate Flow. Here we go, Grievous dropping below 100% health straight away, and Magna Guard gets marked. And now for every turn anybody takes, Magna Guard gets marked again, even though it's not obvious because the mark never drops. But it seems like that's what's happening in the background and allows you to quite easily get all the marks in a single battle. The reason is why I'm not hitting full auto just yet is because I want to dish out the tech first. And the reason for that is we don't want Watts to putting Medpack over on Grievous, because Grievous will then recover health from Medpack, which means he'll get back to 100% health and we're gonna lose the mark. That's basically the idea. What we want to do. We also don't want him to get weapon tech, so he gains bonus turn meter, gets more turns, and potentially heal himself from dealing damage to the enemies. So that's the overall idea. Anyway, speeding of the footage, I put Medpack on Pulps, and then the weapon tech I'll put on Zam, so maybe she'll get more turns for more evasion down. But anyways, you can see Magna Guard there, taunting just fine. There we go. I took it off auto to put weapon tech over on Zam, and then I'll just run the hit full auto. So if you notice that, for example, maybe Grievous does heal up to a point where mark drops from Magna Guard, take it off auto, use let the hate flow, keep autoing. Also, if you want to bring Magna Guard back, you could take it off auto, revive him with Watt as well. So, you know, a couple of options there, but it was not needed. Just ran full auto here. And all the 25 marks, maybe even more in a single battle, so not a problem at all. So the only kind of, I guess, feat life, the tricky one outside of these four is Order 66. Now I'll be revisiting that one once we do get the final clone added to the game, because at least on paper it seems like his Order 66 could be the easiest to apply. Obviously we'll have to test it out in practice, so hopefully I'll see you then. But otherwise, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.